Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the November 13th, 2025 meeting of the Penfield Planning Board. We'll begin the meeting with a Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Michelle, would you please call the roll?
Hetzke.
Hetzke here.
Burton.
Burton here.
Kanauer.
Kanauer here.
Tydings.
Tydings here.
Sangster.
Sangster here.
Weissar.
Here.
O'Connor.
O'Connor here.
Prinzing.
Prinzing here.
Perigno here.
Okay. For informational purposes, thank you all for coming tonight. We have this is normally our public hearing meeting of the month, the first meeting of the month, but we have no items on that agenda, so this will be a work session this evening. So we have minutes from our October 9th meeting. Hopefully everybody's had an opportunity to review them. Can I entertain a motion to approve?
Tydings approve.
I'll second.
Hetzke.
Hetzke, aye.
Burton.
Burton, aye.
Kanauer.
Kanauer, aye.
Tydings.
Tydings aye.
Okay. Doug, would you like to go through the tabled applications?
Yes. Okay. Tabled application number 1 is 1234 1250 Northrup Road, Penfield, Northrup Solar. So going through that, the final discussion point with the board was on additional landscaping. So they did submit for the board's review revised landscaping plans and updated renderings that show both pre-existing conditions and sort of a 5-year mature growth conditions of the proposed landscaping. They're looking to do a combination of evergreens and shrubs to provide buffer on both the, skewing it a little bit
Lower
Northrup
level and upper level.
and Harris sites. So on the Northrup, they're looking on the west side, specifically in some of the areas where there is less existing vegetation. On some of the properties, as a reminder, the Rocco Pines development, which is directly to the west of this, there was a conservation easement varying between about 40 feet at its narrowest and more than 300 feet at its widest. Along those, the tree line there, that provides some buffer. We do know some folks have cleared some of their understory in that area, but most of the major trees do remain. So they're looking to do.
They're actually not supposed to do that, correct?
Correct, yeah. There is an exception for like noxious weeds. If there was poison ivy or things they wanted to get out, they could. But they are proposing on that west side doing a row of mountain laurels as the shrubbery and evergreens behind that. We did provide that to the town's landscape consultant. We did hear back. He has suggestions on sort of switching out the varieties, but was supportive of the overall landscaping.
Okay.
So if you guys are comfortable, Matt, could you bring those up?
Everybody comfortable with the revised landscape plan on that?
Yeah,
Just want to point out that our consultant also had an issue with spacing, and so, the condition should be that recommendations from Hetzke should be
Followed.
implemented, yeah.
Okay.
And one of their discussion points with staff was essentially looking at potentially whether this is conditioning as part of the resolution or as part of the pre-construction meeting, is working with staff to ensure final placement. They're going to look to sort of schedule it around, so they're doing a permeable gravel road for the access drive, and sort of scheduling around the final placement and giving, in this case, it would be the town engineer, sort of the final sign off on appropriate placement based on a site visit.
Okay. Any other issues holding this up at the moment? Have they answered?
What about the feedback that, wasn't the developer, we're going to meet with the neighbors and stuff? Is that-
Yes, they did that a while ago. They held
So
a community
everybody's happy
meeting.
with that?
They held a community meeting at the Bremen Post, and I believe they met on both sites with neighbors who had reached out with them.
Okay, so they're happy with that. No conflicts or any problems with this in our open space plan of many years ago when we had the open space plan, right?
In the 2002 open space, the original open space plan, a portion of what is now 1250 Northrup Road was identified. At that point, it was part of 1271 Plank Road. It was identified as a very low consideration site. I believe it was second to the bottom. Subsequently, that was subdivided. Sort of the major area of concern was on the east side of the property, which is now part of 1250. Contains the portion of 4 Mile Creek that runs down into the 4 Mile Creek Preserve, as well as some of the wetland. They're not looking to go in that area. They're staying well outside of that, and it's sort of north and west of where the installation is going, so it's not a concern there. That property was then removed from the 2006 update. The Harris Road application was not identified in 2002, was identified in 2006 in a section they called Other Considerations, which they more or less stated was they're not really valuable, significantly valuable, and there's no real, I forgot what the actual term they used in the plan was, but it was essentially, they were added, but were not significant enough to be part of consideration in the plan. And at that point, they did approach, I believe, the property owners for both of these properties back when those plans were done, and neither were interested in moving forward with the project on their properties.
Okay.
Doug, I know there was some discussion, the number of utility poles that would be added for the tie-in.
It's 4 for Northrup and 2 for Harris.
Okay, so that was really a reduction on both sites.
For the most part, the utility poles that are being required by RG&E,
Right.
not by the developer, so they're going to be owned by the utility, and it's part of the utility interconnect. So the developer has very little control
Right.
in being able to place those underground, because it's really,
Okay, so, yeah, it's
under
good
the
to see
public
there was
utility.
some consideration or change there. Okay,
Any other concerns at the moment?
nope,
Okay, we have environmental assessment forms for this project.
yes.
Everybody comfortable with moving forward with authorizing me to sign that?
Yep, so we did, completed the Part 2, Part 3 AF as part of the Part 3. We did write an extensive negative declaration for the board's consideration that will be attached as an addendum to the Part 3.
You comfortable with it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Somebody want to move? to,
Sure. I will move to approve
The
the
EAF.
the EAF.
I'll second.
Hetzke,
Hetzke, aye.
Burton,
Burton, aye.
Kanauer,
Kanauer, aye.
Tydings.
Tydings, aye.
So application number 2 is 1926 Harris Road, the Harris Road solar application. Very similar to what I just stated, they did provide a new landscaping plan and updated renderings for that as well. I can take a look and essentially doing the same thing as we'll look at the landscaping and adding a condition in the future resolution about working with Bruce on his recommendations.
Yeah, I mean, similar concerns, obviously not totally similar sites, but
Yep, yeah, and so landscaping, again, was basically the last major issue. So they are proposing, they had previously proposed doing additional on the north side. They're now proposing to do additional on the west side. both behind, I'm blanking on the property address. I know 1990 is the larger one to the south, but also the one to the north. So they're going to do, similar to the Northrup site, do 2 rows, have a shrub row in front, the fence, and then the either arborvitaes or I think they were proposing eastern red pine or red cedar on the inside track or inside the fence line. Proposing to do that on the south side, on the southwest corner. They're not proposing anything significant on the south side that faces mostly agricultural lands.
Okay.
Any additional concerns, excuse me, with the PRC memo, comments? Nothing else? That's it?
Everything's minor and technical.
Okay, we also have the environmental assessment form filled for that.
Yeah,
Everybody's comfortable.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to go ahead with that.
Okay. I'll second.
Hetzke,
Hetzke, aye.
Burton,
Burton, aye.
Kanauer,
Kanauer, aye.
Tydings.
Tydings, aye.
While we're on this one and slightly going back to Northrup as well, given the board is comfortable closing seeker on the applications, would you like staff to start drafting approval resolutions for both
Yeah.
projects?
I'll move that staff
No table.
start preparing, I'm sorry.
Yeah, table pending draft
Table.
approval resolution for review in December.
So moved.
Do we have a second? Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay.
Hetzke,
Hetzke, aye.
Burton,
Burton, yes.
Kanauer,
Kanauer, aye.
Tydings.
Tidings, aye.
That one was for Northrup. We'll do one for Harris as well, just so that we have a vote and it on the record.
I thought that one was for, yeah, we knew to.
Northrup and yeah, yeah.
So
I'll
we
make
do-
the motion to start that process.
I'll second.
Hetzke,
Hetzke, aye.
Burton,
Burton, aye.
Kanauer,
Kanauer, aye.
Tydings.
Tidings, aye.
All right, tabled application number 3 is Section 4 of Bramble Ridge at 35 Apollonia Drive. So we did get revised plans on this one as well. They submitted the full wetland report. Army Corps and DEC have accepted the delineation. The revised plan pushes the proposed development further away from the wetland buffer area. They did provide and forward along correspondence from Monroe County Water Authority. That was sort of the last major issue with the board, was there was some concern with the fire marshal on meeting fire code. So at this time, the Water Authority is going to allow an extension of the water main to a dry hydrant between lots, was it 403 and 402? So that'll bring them within the distance that should be meet fire code. Fire marshal is still reviewing that to ensure he's comfortable. I believe there was one more comment that the fire marshal will likely be looking at the slope of the driveway. The drive width is wide enough for emergency access, and the turnarounds wide enough for emergency access, but I believe there's one section where the slope is a little bit higher than what is recommended. So they'll likely take a look at that, but it's minor enough that it can happen as part of the pre-Mylar review.
Okay. Mike, engineering department, satisfied with the status of everything here?
Yeah, I mean, everything that we might have some additional comments, they can all be addressed, in pre-Mylar. We don't have any major concerns or anything like that. So it's just, again,
mostly
addressing
minor.
some of the minor things and stuff like that, so.
Okay. Jim, any concerns?
Nope.
Good on this
If the
one?
rest of the board is good, I'm ready to table this tonight, but ask the staff to go ahead and proceed with the EAF and the,
So we do have a completed Part 2, Part 3 EAF with a negative declaration on
Oh,
this
okay.
application as well.
okay.
Any other concerns from you guys?
No.
Okay. So since we have the EAF, we want to move.
I'll move to
ahead.
approve.
I'll second.
Hetzke,
Hetzke, aye.
Burton,
Burton, aye.
Kanauer,
Kanauer, aye.
Tydings.
Tidings, aye.
Vote on a resolution, approval resolution?
Yeah, we do have a approval resolution for this. Any out of the ordinary conditions that we need to add?
Not for this one. Just following up on this is section 4 of a larger subdivision. There were previous conditions that had been required as part of the previous phase, including the topping the road and some work on the pond. Both of those have been completed. So looking at this subdivision, it would just be our standard conditioning on easements and engineering letter of credit and all that.
Okay, you comfortable with getting this off the table and getting
Yeah,
them approved? Okay.
if the fire marshal's happy, you guys are happy,
Yeah, it really is just minor things that we might tweak the plans, but the overall concept is the same, so.
yep.
Okay, you guys good?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Bob?
Yeah.
All right, want to move to approve?
Move to approve.
Second, Tydings.
Hetzke,
Hetzke, aye.
Burton,
Burton, aye.
Kanauer,
Kanauer, aye.
Tydings.
Tydings, aye.
All right, tabled application number 4, 1960 Empire Boulevard, 7 Brew Coffee. So since our last meeting, the applicant has appeared before the zoning board at the October 16th meeting for variances on front setback and signage and received the necessary approvals. So putting it on the record, so at the last meeting, we had discussed, there had been previous variances for the existing Chili's that was there. One of the ones that was not done was a front setback to Brant Point Drive. That was an error on the town's part, but they have received a variance for that necessary front setback. And the signage approvals, revised plans and renderings have been submitted in the drop. Landscape plan was sent to Bruce for his review. He did provide comments back. I believe the most significant comment is looking at the shrubbery that's sort of going around the curved section. He would like to see something that is slightly more salt tolerant than the species that was provided. But I think that was his only significant comment on the landscape plan. They did submit a new photometric plan that does show the existing lights on the site and then the one new light that was proposed.
Okay.
They also submitted a traffic study from their consultant, GTS Consulting. Overall, based on standards for the uses, technically a net reduction in overall traffic between the use type of 5,000 square foot restaurant versus a 2-lane coffee drive-through without indoor seating. Net result is it should be about the same. There shouldn't be any significant traffic impact either to Empire Boulevard, the plaza, or the access point at Brant Point Drive.
Okay. Anybody have any concerns with this one?
No.
Mike, you comfortable?
Yeah, again, this is, all things can be handled, are technical in nature and can be handled during the pre-Mylar phase and stuff like that, so.
Okay. I'd just as soon get this moving forward. There's no reason to hold it up any longer.
We do have a Part 2, Part 3 EAF.
All right, somebody want to move to authorize me to sign that?
Tidings, I'll make the motion for that one.
We got a
Kanauer,
second?
second.
Hetzke,
Hetzke, aye.
Burton,
Burton, aye.
Kanauer,
Kanauer, aye.
Tydings.
Tidings, aye.
Motion on a resolution.
Somebody want to move that?
Tidings will make the motion.
Kanauer, second.
Hetzke,
Hetzke, aye.
Burton,
Burton, aye.
Kanauer,
Kanauer, aye.
Tydings.
Tidings, aye.
Okay.
All right, we do have
So we
two
gotta have
action
some
items.
good coffee coming up in the next few months.
So do we have two action items? First action item is 47 Willow Pond Way approval extension. So the planning board originally approved this back in 2024 for preliminary site plan approval. The applicant's requesting a 1-year extension. It it would be appropriate in keeping with the board's previous practice of approval extensions.
Any reason that you guys can think why we wouldn't do this?
That I can think of.
Okay. Somebody want to move to approve the extension?
Tydings, I'll make the motion.
Sure. Yeah, I'll second.
Hetzke,
Hetzke, aye.
Burton,
Burton, aye.
Kanauer,
Kanauer, aye.
Tydings.
Tydings, aye.
All right, our second action item.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Hopefully, we can be seeing you all soon.
Okay, thanks.
All right, second action item is Penfield Heights approval extension. So the board previously approved this in 2022. We have granted approval extensions since then. I believe they are looking to come back for another one-year extension, hoping to start construction soon.
Again, somebody want to move it?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Hetzke,
Hetzke, aye.
Burton,
Burton, aye.
Kanauer,
Kanauer, aye.
Tydings.
Tydings, aye.
Okay.
All the business I had for the board.
All right. No other business? We'll stand adjourned. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Have a great Thanksgiving.